take it back to 95, before we had this drama in our lives, just staring at the screen every day and night.
What's up, everybody? Today I'm talking about aerobic bodybuilding. That's right. How do I combine cardiovascular exercise like a treadmill, this assault runner, with bodybuilding contractions? Put it all together in a single workout so you can get a great cardiovascular workout, you can get a great sweat, as well as a good functional pump. Check out how we do it starting right now. This is what we're doing today. We're working on the moderate to higher threshold of aerobic power using the assault runner and taking purposeful breaks to do some bodybuilding contractions that are non-complementary to the assault runner. Let me break down what that means. So the first intervals that you're seeing me do here on the assault runner are 30 seconds of moderate to high effort at an aerobic pace, followed by a 30-second walk. I'm doing 10 rounds of this, or 10 intervals. So 10 full minutes where I'm working at a high pace, and then I recover by keeping my blood flow moving, keeping my legs moving on the runner, simply by just walking. Now, having a tool like the assault runner is extremely useful in being measurable about your aerobic power output. You have a screen right there in front of you that shows you pace, it shows you wattage, shows you how much distance you've covered. And the timer feature that's right in front of you allows you to track those 30-second intervals extremely easily. Now, you could go out and do this on a track, you could go do this outside, which is fine. However, I love having the convenience of being in the gym right next to a lot of equipment that I can then go and use to either complement, or, as you'll hear me talk about in a moment, non-complement the runner. Now, just like all aerobic bodybuilding formats that I've created and I've written for you all, there's always a complement of cardiovascular training and then purposeful bodybuilding contractions to target specific muscle tissue with quality contractions. What that means is that you're gonna spend some time on the runner, and then, like you're seeing in this workout, you're gonna spend some time with a kettlebell. I chose a kettlebell implement, but you could choose a dumbbell, you could choose a barbell, you can choose a variety of different ways to contract the muscles. And I've chosen non-complementary exercises to go with the runner, and those are all leg dominant exercises. Leg dominant exercises are non-complementary because they tax the same muscles that are being used in the runner. When I'm running, my quads, my hamstrings, my glutes are all getting fatigued from pulling, pushing as I'm running. When I come over and I'm using the kettlebell and doing a variety of different single leg and double leg squats and hinging, I'm also taxing the same muscle groups. So after I've put together 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off of running and walking, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna complete 3 full rounds of the movements that you're seeing. The first movement that you're seeing me execute is a Goblet Cyclist squat for 10 repetitions. This exercise in particular places a heavy emphasis on the quadriceps muscle. That is what the heels elevated on that weight plate do for you. Also, by placing the kettlebell in a goblet position, you're able to maintain a much more upright posture, which also, in addition to the heels elevated, will place more emphasis on the quadriceps muscles as you're doing your squats. The second exercise you're seeing me do is a Goblet Cossack squat. The Goblet Cossack squat, for me, is a great positional strength exercise. It's going to put a tremendous amount of mobility demand on your adductors, that is the groin muscle on the inner part of your thigh, as well as the ankle and the hip of the leg that you're shifting your body weight towards. You do not have to get as deep as you're seeing me perform my range of motion, but if you can, you should start working deeper and deeper over time to build ankle flexibility, build hip stability and hip mobility. The final exercise in the first series here is the split stance kettlebell RDL. As you see, I'm using 3 different weights of kettlebells because each exercise allows for slightly heavier loading. In the split stance RDL, I've chosen a 32 kilogram kettlebell or a 70-pound kettlebell, and I have light pressure on the back leg. Most of the pressure is on the forward leg as I'm hinging down and coming back up. After completing 3 rounds of this circuit, jump back on the runner, complete another 10 full minutes of 30 seconds of running, 30 seconds of walking at a moderate to high effort pace. Aim to match your pace from the first round. Okay, we're about to get off the runner now, and the next set of 3 lower body non-complementary exercises is going to be different than the first round. One of the things that we can do in an aerobic bodybuilder format like this is we can change exercises from round to round to get more movement variety within your training session. Movement variety keeps training interesting. It hits muscle groups in a different way. And if we are thoughtful about the programming, we can actually cover similar movement patterns with slight variations that will keep your brain and your body working in the same way, but provide just enough of a stimulus change to help accelerate your progress in your training and give you a more deep training stimulus. So the second set of 3 exercises that you're seeing me complete are as follows. The first is a sumo goblet squat. This is a wide stance squat that is going to put a strong, heavy demand on your hips as you sink down into the bottom position of the squat. You're going to feel restriction in your hip capsule. It's going to be a stretch. It's going to force you to push your knees out wide because the tendency is going to be for them to collapse with such a wide stance. Both of these elements of this squat are going to demand a lot out of your hips, a lot of flexibility as well as strength. For the second exercise, I've grabbed this slightly heavier 53-pound kettlebell or 24-kilogram kettlebell, and I'm performing a split squat with a single arm overhead. This is a higher skill single leg squatting exercise. It's going to demand a lot of shoulder stability as well as strength in the single leg of the forward leg in the split squat. And for the last movement of this series, you're doing a wide stance, straight leg Russian kettlebell swing. Now, by moving your feet wider and keeping your legs relatively straight in the Russian kettlebell swing, you're going to get a lot more hamstrings, a lot more adductors, and you're going to change the foot position of a traditional swing by moving it wider in an effort to change the stimulus slightly and target more of the hamstrings in this exercise. 3 movements done back to back to back for 3 rounds before a final trip back to the runner for another 10 minutes of 30 seconds of running, 30 seconds of walking to complete the workout. In total, this was 30 minutes of time spent on the assault runner, a great tool to help monitor your 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest intervals, so you can judge exactly how much power you're outputting, see your timer, and be close enough to the kettlebell rack to get off in between during your rest breaks and perform some non-complementary lower body bodybuilding contractions. Hey, if you like this workout, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel so that you can catch more information on how to perform functional bodybuilding workouts, aerobic bodybuilding workouts in the future. We want you guys to look good and move well, and this is the channel where you can find out all about how to do that. Thanks for joining me.